Why social catfish?
Why? Right.
Yeah.
And why call it that when you weren't doing romance scams yet?
So that's how I learned all the internet marketing and did everything. And so while I was with CBS, you know, I'm an entrepreneur. So like, I'm like, okay. And it wasn't about making money. It was about like doing different things on my own and learning different things. So like I would build websites and start them up and blog and do this other stuff. And then I have like one of my great friends. He's still one of my great friends today from high school. He was kind of doing some similar stuff, and we met up and we're like, we should just start building websites and flipping them. So that's what we did. We built like a few websites and we sold them. And then he calls me one day and he's like, dude, there's this show called Catfish. And in the first like 2 minutes of the show, they open their email up and there's like thousands of emails of people needing help. This is a real problem. And I bought this domain, socialcatfish.com.
Of course, yeah.
And
of course he did.
So at the time we were like in the middle of selling like a site. And then, so I'm like, let me just spin up the site. So I got Social Catfish up and running, built the site, put the blog out, and literally like a week later started getting like hundreds of comments, which like it's difficult to build a site and get traction. It takes
and get engagement. Especially on like not an unknown, unknown domain, like not like youtube.com, but it's like something that you
it's
created.
like putting out like one YouTube video and getting like thousands of views and like hundreds of comments. Like it just doesn't happen.
No,
you know?
No.
And so it's like,
or if it does, it happens for the wrong reasons.
Yeah. So anyway, so I'm like, there's something here. So started like doing more and more, and then started writing content and doing some marketing to drive traffic. And then my buddy's like, what are we going to sell? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. Like, but
figure it around.
But the initial idea was like, okay, let's like help people, like we'll do like image searches and other things. Let's just help people find out who they're talking to online. But what we figured out like really quickly is that like people were getting scammed left and right. And there were, by the way, during this time, there was no resource for this at all.
Yeah.
And
no tools.
Well, and before Catfish was a show, it was an indie film. It was like a documentary, like We Make Malice in Dallas. Like it was a film that came out when I worked at Blockbuster, because I remember renting it.
Blockbuster.
The name was Social Catfish?
No, just Catfish.
Just Catfish.
Catfish.
Wow. What year was this, David?
2012.
Yeah. Like,
something was when the movie came out, right?
Ish. Yeah, it was like 2012, 2013.
Don't quote me on that.
First, then reality
and then it became
TV.
a show, but it was the same guy, Neve.
No, it was 2013. So 2013.
Because he was hunting his own, he was being catfished. That's how that started.
Yeah.
Like I don't quote me on the details, but the star of the Catfish TV show got that show because of the film that he made that went crazy in film festivals of him chasing his own catfish girlfriend.
But his had nothing to do with money.
Scams, right?
Yeah.
Right. It was just about impersonators.
And so, but we started learning like real fast, most catfishing are scams, you know? And so, you know, we put a PayPal button. I went to his house one day, my buddy's house, and we put a PayPal button on the site. Literally 10 minutes after leaving, we got our first payment. And we're like, dude, there's something huge here.
What?
Massive here.
Heck?
And so this is kind of funny. We're like, what do we do? What do we do? We just got this. We just got this
somebody
payment.
else's money right now.
Paid. What the fuck?
Yeah. So we're
Thank you. Yeah, that's the movie. Oh, the movie came out in 2010.
Yeah.
Documentary, drama, mystery. It was only hour 27 minutes long.
No.
Yeah. It didn't have his face on the cover because it was just about him chasing, like trying to figure out who's catfishing him. Yeah. It's crazy.
So got our first payment, followed up, and then we're like, okay, we'll do research. And like doing marketing and stuff online, you already know how to do a lot of research. So like archive.org, I could code. So we start looking into it, send it back. She's like, this was amazing. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. But we just charge you $10 and I spent 2 days doing this. So
how about right now we're gonna put price on the time and
so we after like a few weeks or a month or something, we raised the price and then we kept getting orders.
So it was like an investigation service.
It's like learn as you go.
Yeah. You know, but like it's like, hey, there's something here. Let's test the waters, see what it is without spending too much money. You know, PayPal button's really easy. And then, you know, people don't mind, like, you know, like you're not going to get a lot of orders, but like people don't mind if it's kind of a messy setup. Like, you know, people get so obsessed when they start businesses that everything has to be perfect. Yeah. I kind of joke around that Social Cap has never been perfect. You know, it's been far from perfect.
Same with Trilogy. It's no different.
And we just continue to fine tune things as we go.
Like a baby.
So what blew up for us is we had a lady that we did this a catfish scheme with, and she was actually it was a catfish and not like a scam. And we found out that the guy, so it was a lady that at that time, she was talking to somebody when she was 17. She was like 22 now, but she's like, I've been talking to this person for 5 years, and we dated for the first few years. And then now he like doesn't really want anything to do with me on that level, but we talk every once in a while, but he won't tell me who he is. Mm-hmm. So I start digging it, and I find it's like 65-year-old man, you know? So he's a pedophile, right? And then, so the show in Australia, Current Affair, comes to us and they're like, we want to do a story on this. You know, we get this lady and we do it, and our site blows up. By the way, our site was broken, like had all these problems. We had so much traffic. It took our site
crashed
down.
The whole thing.
It crashed. But you kind of learn this stuff
Learn as you go. Yeah.
And then we started automating the service and building tools to do that. And then really started getting hyper-focused into scams. Like I had a lady that called me. I used to answer all the phone calls and everything, at least initially. And she's like, hey, I want my information removed from your website. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Like, you know, we focus on scams anyway, so let's remove it. And she was like telling me about like her ex-husband was like a stalker and she didn't want her information on there. And I'm like, man, like I didn't realize like data could be used for bad, like
for bad,
because
we're
focused on it. So like,
against you.
Yeah. So we started putting like things in place, like opt-outs and different things, like early on, even before all the laws came out. Like I say it all the time, and you guys have heard me say it, like I want to protect people online. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm passionate about it. I don't give a fuck about the money. You know, like the money's great, the money's nice, and the money will usually come if you find something that solves a problem for
you have a passion
and
you go. Yeah.
Were you full-time Social Catfish, or were you working 2 jobs now?
So I was working 2 jobs. So I was working full-time at CBS, and I've also like worked a lot though.
Which was a steady paycheck.
Yeah,
and so when did you say, I'm going to do full-time and leave a really good job?
So I had like 28 employees and I was doing $4 million in revenue when I left CBS. Like I remember meeting with
that revenue in Catfish.
Yeah.
Why would you wait so long to leave CBS?
CBS was such a cush job, and I was so good at it, and I had things well, I also came from like being homeless, right? Like
you had a steady paycheck and insurance.
Paycheck. And then also too, like one of the things that helped us out the most is that I didn't take a paycheck for 4 years, right? So for Social Catfish. So every bit I was working for free for 4 years growing the business.
I see.
All my employees were getting paid more than I was.
Yeah.
And then, so the last like 6 months before I left, my business partner and I started taking a paycheck, and then the paychecks got bigger and bigger, and I'm like, okay, I can definitely leave. And I think he was kind of getting antsy too. He's like, dude, you're doing 2 things. It's getting bigger.
So you were double feasting. So you have your financial stability in CBS.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Social Catfish, it was like a baby that you're growing on the side.
Yeah. And with CBS, they kept promoting me and giving me raises and all this stuff. And I really didn't care because I'm like, I really don't care anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna be here forever.
Yeah.
Just, right.
Yeah. But I was doing like a pretty good job. And so my boss like, you know, stay on. And I remember trying to leave one time, like a couple times. And my boss is like, well, just work less. Like, you know, like, he's like, you're doing so good.
Whatever.
Yeah. Like, he's like, you're doing so good. Like,
why would you leave?
Yeah.
Like it took you so many years, so many promotions, so many night out after hours together. It's like,
So anyway, I ended up leaving, and like the business doubled the first year, you know? And so, or almost doubled the first year. And then I ended up buying my business partner out about 3 years ago, and you know, the rest is history. And so 5 years ago, I tried to buy ads on YouTube, and this is what got us started. And the YouTube channel wanted to charge us 10 grand for one ad, for one video, for one ad. And
what year is this?
5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, I think.
Wow.
And I'm like,
2019, 2018. Wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, fuck that, dude. I'll just, for 10 grand,
I'll do it myself.
I'll build my own YouTube channel. Yeah. Like if it's really worth 10 grand, I'll build it myself. So I hired.
You wanted ads to market the website, right? And then
that
just make your own content, and it's
makes sense. Because like I would go into the bank and the teller would want to talk to me for an hour about Social Catfish. Like it was happening all the time. Like, what's Social Catfish? What do you guys do? Oh my gosh, that's so interesting. Yeah. What are stories? Like everybody I would talk to was like so into it because we're dealing with the scams and on everything we're dealing with. And by the way, this like romance scams, catfishing is the #1 scam in the US. The most amount of money is lost. So it's a scam that everybody knows somebody or has dealt
Can
with themselves
relate.
and can relate, but they just don't talk about it because they're embarrassed, right?